All right, then we're live.
We're live.
Hot mic.
But like, what if they had like a mat meetup day where they're gonna fight? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Let's say who would be like a great this person, like this is gonna like this person name is gonna give us a good fight. You think?
yeah.
Like, let's get all the Theodores. Would that be a good fight?
Theodore might be a good fight. I think. Trying to think of like famous wrestlers and boxers and stuff. Fucking
Freaking all the Kyles together. I think that should be next.
what's the Irish dude who does MMA?
Connors.
Connor. Yeah, Connor's probably be a good one.
You're like, damn, I hope Connor doesn't come. And he's like there. He shows up.
Dude, I want to see The Rock day.
The Rock. All
He
the
just by
Dwaynes.
himself. He's just like. No
Just
one
like,
else.
what if there's one other person? It looks like it's like his evil twin. It looks like him, but
Bro.
like somehow a little different.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, I wouldn't let that little kid win though. Like,
point blank. Back to the
would-
topic at hand.
bro, I hit him with the pool noodle or something.
What are the rules to this fight, though? Like, that's what I want to know.
See, maybe like you can work in teams, and maybe that's how little Josh won. He's like a mastermind. Like he like got all the Joshes together to protect him, and he was like, if I win, then I'll give you guys a slice.
A cut.
Yeah,
Little
mine.
Josh is the boss.
He's the boss, dude. That's why he won. It's not even
That's
brawn,
funny.
dude. It just shows you.
Dang, it's like a David and Goliath story.
Yeah.
But what if little Josh is not actually like a little kid? What if he's like a 45-year-old man?
Dude, that can happen. That happened actually not that long ago. It was on Twitter. There was like a little dude. I think it was like last March, like probably a year ago. There was like a guy, and he was like a little like dwarf. That's the correct term, right? Like
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Dwarfism. Little person.
That's one of them. But I don't know what they like to be called.
Yeah,
but
maybe a little person. Anyway, he was like a small dude, and he tried to pass off like someone tried to pass him off as their kid, and like, oh, here's my GoFundMe from my little cousin or something, and they're posting his picture everywhere, and he's actually like a grown ass man. It's like,
damn.
How do you know?
I feel like I've heard a lot of stories like that come out of orphanages. Like, you go and adopt a kid, and like,
dude, that's
they're
creepy.
not actually a kid. Yeah, and sometimes they just don't have like places to go, as I've like heard, because I've heard like these kind of stories pop up, and like they're like, okay, well, I have no place to go. Let me just pretend to be a little kid and go to the orphanage, because they'll take you, right? You're a kid.
Yeah,
like they're not gonna push you away, and they're like, maybe I could like find a family or whatever.
Dude, like my mom always watches those forensic shows, and I remember there was one of them. It talked about the orphanage thing where there was like a woman who was pretending to be like a 12-year-old girl, and in the family she would try to like kill them and stuff. Like,
whoa,
she's like a murderer. Like, she would get in the families as like a little girl and then like manipulate them and do crazy shit.
There's a scary movie like that. I wonder, and it sounded very similar to what you were explaining.
Yeah,
like, I think it might even have been called The Orphan. I could be wrong though, but yeah, I think I heard it was based on a true story too.
Yeah,
Like, this
dude, that's
actually
wild.
happened. So
That's
crazy,
scary.
bro. You imagine you're just like, because it takes up a lot of like, I don't know, it's a lot of planning. It's a big decision to adopt a child, right? It's like a whole process. And then you get to the orphanage, you pick up this kid, and this kid just like tries to kill you.
I know, they're just like a murderous child that you can't get rid of, just trying to stab you in your sleep or something.
You're like, damn it, like I knew this is why we shouldn't have done this. It's your fault, Carol.
I told you not to get an orphan. We have to get them right from the source. We need like special children.
He's like, just tag me in. Just let me try one more time. Like,
Let's
no,
get a
Gerald.
surrogate, Carol. Let's get a surrogate.
That's funny. But do you want to go into why our backgrounds are like this?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So we recently went to the movies. It was yesterday, and this is the first time I was back in theaters since. Dude, I can't remember. Do you remember the last movie you saw in theaters?
No.
No.
Nope. It was like over a year ago, for sure.
Damn. I think I remember. Mine was like Jojo Rabbit, I think.
I didn't even see that.
No.
Nah,
Jojo Rabbit or like Sonic the Hedgehog.
dude. I
One
have
of
some details on Sonic later.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, you do. Oh, great tie-in. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, before we go there, do you want to talk about not only the review of the movie that we saw, but also like how was your movie coming back experience? Like what
Sure.
were you feeling?
Yeah.
All
Yeah. I
right.
liked the movie. It was pretty funny. I was laughing a lot of the time. Not totally at the jokes it was trying to make, which I was sometimes, but also at how cheesy it was at some points,
Oh,
bro.
dude.
Like,
I
mean,
agree.
I didn't mind it, but I think some people maybe were taken out of the movie by how cheesy it was.
Do you think the actors, so who was the cheesy one? The cheesiest for me was the main guy, like the main guy.
Yeah. But I
He was
don't
the
think
cheesiest.
I don't think all his roles are like that. Like he was in something else and he wasn't that cheesy in it. Like he actually knows martial arts and stuff. It's just the lines they give him are like let's get together and save the planet. Like come on, like how
You
do
could
deliver
totally,
that?
as an actor, I feel like you have like a little bit of say. He could have said it
Uh,
some other way.
some
and
other
he would admit it.
yeah.
Because do you think if Leonardo DiCaprio was in that role, do you think he would still like kill it?
Dude,
If he
I
was
think he
like-
would though.
He would, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
It was him, you know?
That's sad.
It sucks.
I guess
But,
he's only a good fit for like one role. Like he's just kind of in there. Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. Range is tough.
Yeah. Not for Leo.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I thought about that, I was like, man, that was cheesy. But I was like, was the lines cheesy or was like the actor cheesy? And I tried to like picture someone else in his place. I'm like,
I mean, it's
Yeah,
hard to
but-
say because we've never seen Leo in like a bad movie, and I'm not sure if it's because he's in it or he just got good picks. Like he was
Yeah.
careful in the scripts that he picked and the directors that he worked with.
I have seen like actors where it was like a crappy movie, but they're like the plus side of the movie, like, oh, at least so and so was in it. Like he was like the best part of it.
True.
But anyway, we're going off topic. Let's so the movie. So you like the movie? You like that it was funny?
Yes.
Yeah. Kano was really good.
Kano's pretty funny. Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, should we do spoiler free?
Spoiler. No, I mean you could give spoilers. Just give a warning, like oh, spoilers
guys,
ahead.
From here to 10 minutes, just tune, just go forward.
But you could still listen if you
I'm
want
just
to.
kidding. Fuck it. But so yeah, Kano was really good. He was super funny. The fights were awesome too. The
Yes.
fatalities and all that stuff.
Dude, I like the part where they were tripping him over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kano, right? When they were training him. It kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of like when you're actually playing the game and
It did. That
like-
move that he did was like a classic. Just
yeah,
like,
and like you could
swoop.
do that over and over to somebody and they're like, "Bro, stop. Like is that all you know how to do?" Like like he basically said the same thing that another player would say in that situation.
Yeah. So they did have like little sprinkles of like calling it back to the
Yeah.
original source. So that was cool.
There was a lot of fan service, I think is what they call it.
Were you a Mortal Kombat fan like growing up?
I remember seeing the original movie when it was like sort of more popular. A
Okay.
lot of the same characters are in there, though. You have Jax, you have Sonya. You also have Luke Cage, who's not in this one, but will be in the next one probably.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
And then there's some other like I don't know, like the cousin, the helmet dude with the frisbee.
Ah, he was my favorite.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. I liked his lines too, right? When he was trolling him.
Raiden.
Not
I think
Raiden.
that's it.
It's something along, I think.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But he was
That's
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go
for it,
ahead.
bro.
No, you.
Oh. No, please.
Nah, you go ahead.
Damn. All this being polite made me lose my train of thought.
Anyway, he was in the first movie.
Oh wait, I remember. Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, bro, go ahead.
Just,
You gonna let me finish or not, man?
maybe.
Now he was in the first one, right? This guy's cousin. Well,
Yeah.
I forget the fireball dude's name now. What was his
Yeah, they don't have easy names to remember.
Anyway, not the fireball dude, but the other guy. He was in the first one, but he died super early, like before anybody got their powers or anything.
In the original.
Yeah, is it Luke Kane? Is that what it was?
Luke Cage. I think that's one of the fire. I don't know who that guy is.
Luke Cage, but then the other dude, whatever. I don't remember his name.
That's how good you like this movie, bro. You're
Dude.
like fire dude.
I just remember their
Dude.
powers, the fireballs.
But you know who you do remember? You remember Sub-Zero. You remember freaking
Oh yeah, and Scorpion.
They were the best part.
Dude, they were.
Anytime Sub-Zero was on screen, I was like, dude, it's about to get savage right now.
Dude, even the wizard guy, like with the black eyes, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Did he like suck the soul out of that dude? He's like a Dementor.
Yeah, he sucked the soul out of my favorite guy.
I know, and he just shriveled up. He's like, ugh.
Damn,
like,
that's
like Michael Jackson. Like
it sounded weird though when he announced it. He's like, I'm gonna suck the soul out of you.
It's like, oh, okay.
Like,
This is there's children in here.
The guy's like, are we're still fighting, right? Yeah.
This is part of the script. Like,
He did. That was nowhere in the script. He's like, I don't know. It just felt natural, you know.
yeah. But dude, big difference in CGI between this one and the first one. Like the first one, I feel like they were still using like little models and shit. Like, yeah, like I don't know if you ever saw like the original Star Wars. They use like painted models as their landscapes and stuff rather than like CGing stuff in.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Dude, that's
like
tight. It's like
antiques.
Yeah, you could go back and be like, dang, like. But at the time, you thought it was cool though, right? When
Oh
you
yeah,
saw the old
it's still cool, but it's not like impressive in how good it looks, I guess.
right. I bet if you showed it to like a kid though, like of today, they'd probably think it was pretty shitty. They'd be like, "What the?"
I don't know, dude. I remember watching like old Godzillas back when I was a kid,
Oh yeah.
like from like the 70s and 80s, like old ass movies. Some of them are black and white, but just like I don't know, just watching them, they're different than the stuff that you see.
Dude, I don't know why, but like black and white, it just does something to my brain where like no matter what it is, I'm just a little bit disinterested. Just because it's black and white, I'm just like, man, it's gonna be boring as hell.
You're like, I could be watching something else that has full colors right now.
Yeah, but the Wizard of Oz came and it turned from black and white to color, and then it changed everything.
Oh my God. I know. If they never made that movie, then we'd never have color TVs or videos or anything.
Dude, that's like a super villain thing. Go back in time, make it so they never make the Wizard of Oz, and then therefore no more color.
Yeah, someone might think that person would be like a witch, like the Wild Witch of the West or something.
Yeah, maybe she'll be the next bad guy in Mortal Kombat in the sequel.
Oh, that'd be sick. With her slippers, fucking
yeah, that's what her fatality would be. Stick that broom up their ass.
But she's like weak to water though. Like Sub-Zero just melts some ice on her ass and
yeah,
Dunzo.
Some I didn't know a lot of the characters in the movie.
Oh really?
You didn't either.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I knew all the characters.
You're like Fireball dude. That's his name.
I don't know their names, but I know them like on a deeper level. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I played I wasn't the hugest fan. I played the games and I thought they were fun.
Yeah, the games are pretty fun.
Yeah, fatalities are crazy.
Did they ever have like a versus game where it's like Mortal Kombat versus another fighting, or was that only Marvel and Capcom?
Marvel and Capcom definitely did it. I feel like Scorpion and freaking Sub-Zero, I feel like they make cameos. There's this other game series called Injustice.
Oh.
It's basically Mortal Kombat, but with like DC superheroes, and they do like fatalities and stuff. I think they make cameos in like that one.
Oh, sick. I have played Injustice. I do like that game. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in forever though. Like,
yeah,
nothing recent for sure.
Yeah, definitely. No, last time I played it was like forever ago.
I like the story though.
I don't know the story of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you don't know
it's
the story?
It's a tournament, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a tournament.
And whoever's like, they're different races, right? People from like different worlds.
Different realms, yeah. Like there's
Okay.
what is it, Outlands or Outworlds, and then Earth realm, Out realm and Earth realm or something.
Yeah,
Some
And
like so like my screen would be like the Outland area.
area.
Yeah.
Just turned country area.
It's
In
my
my pickup
blood. My blood coming out. No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny. So the evil place. That's where your background is.
Yeah.
The evil people.
It's a bad zone.
Bad zone.
Don't go there.
And whoever wins the tournament, like their clan, I guess, like rules, like you can't.
Oh, so they fight a tournament to see if the humans can maintain their world, basically. Like if they lose to the Outland people so many times, then those guys will get to storm Earth and take over their realm, and then that'll be like their new territory. They're like colonizers, I guess. Like,
yeah, we're literally fighting for our lives, bro.
fighting for our fucking lives out here, man.
Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so it's pretty simple. But in this movie, the plot of the movie, freaking the bad guys, like, they're like, nah, forget the tournament. We're not waiting. And they tried to pick up on our boys, bro. They just tried to pick them off like that.
Dude, they cheated, right? They just like, oh, I'm gonna kill these guys now, so I don't have to fight them.
What was cheap though? Freaking Raiden is the thunder guy, right? Is that who Raiden is?
Yeah, he's a god.
Okay, dude, he could have like saved so many people. Like his power at the end, he like hit the staff, and he has the power to teleport anyone anywhere, right? That he used it to like when he pit them against one-on-one opponents,
right?
So like he could have done that when my boy was getting choked out by the guy who was sucking his soul. He could have like used his staff to like teleport him somewhere. He could have saved him, bro.
Yeah, but I think it was too late. Once he grabbed him, once he was in his grip, bro, you can't get him out of there.
Nah, then teleport the guy with the grip, the old guy.
Maybe he wanted him to die.
Because they were literally, that's what like took me out. Like he was getting his soul sucked
for like 5 minutes, dude.
And then they were like literally just watching him. They were like, oh my god. And I was like, man, why isn't anyone helping him? And then Radiant's like, we gotta go.
I know, his cousin was gonna run over there. He's like, nah, don't go over there, bro. And they were just holding him there for like 5 minutes while this dude get his soul sucked. Yeah, I don't know. I think Raiden wanted
soul
him.
Sucked in front of everybody, bro. Everyone just
How embarrassing,
watching.
Bro.
Dude, amateur.
Yeah, I think Raiden wanted him to die so that his homies would be stronger. Like,
sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, he's like, we need a sacrifice here in order to like inspire the rest of the people to really try their hardest on these fights. So I'll take one for the team now. Like,
yeah, and who knows? Like, maybe he'll come back because they killed off. Spoilers.
Dude, the whole thing has been spoilers, so you can't just
throw
it up now.
We're speaking like very vaguely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, soul sucked by the witch dude. Pretty vague, bro.
They don't know who we're talking about. We don't even know their names, so anyone could have been sucking his soul, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, forget it. I'm gonna spoil the hell out of it, so I hope you guys don't care.
Spoil it.
Freaking Sub-Zero dies in this movie. Well, yeah, right? They got him.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's dead, but he's such like a big, like,
dude,
he's a face.
He has a respawn, bro. It's like
maybe he'll go back to hell. Maybe he'll be in hell with Scorpion.
Ooh, Scorpion's gonna kill him in hell again. Dude, what happens? Like, you just go down another layer, or how does it work? Like,
I have no idea. That'd be cool to watch because I love Scorpion. He's a cool character.
Yeah.
To get like a little back story on like how he went from hell to like the mortal realm, because he climbed his way there, right?
Yeah. It's probably a link to his son or something, or his great grandson or whatever, whoever that kid was.
Yeah, the main guy, right?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, but those fights are the best. My favorite fight, I think I already told you, was the very first fight of the film.
Which one was? Oh, yeah, the intro one. That one was sick.
Yeah, it was a Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that one was sick.
One.
It was more raw. It was like,
yeah. They were fighting in a way that people during that time would fight. I feel like even the weapons.
Yeah, like I feel like the first movie is more like in that style where they don't really, like, the humans don't really have powers, right? It's just like, how well can you fight? And then maybe they get like a little power, but they're not like fucking blowing fireballs or like shooting things out of your wrist. I feel like they kind of sped up that transition in this movie. Whereas
did Kano have a laser beam?
I think Kano does have a laser beam at some point, but I don't know. It feels like it's slower to build up to that instead of everybody just like popping their powers like one right after the other, you know?
It's the attention span thing, bro. They're just like, we just need to give them like cool stuff on the screen.
Everybody loves superheroes now. Let's just fucking pump these guys full of powers, dude.
Seriously. It's like, that's what's in, so you kind of have to follow the trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a good time, though. I liked it.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like a prequel or something where you get to learn about, you know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero's backstory, because it feels like they had a lot of history in that intro scene, but like
their
you don't
clans,
really,
right?
Yeah, you don't get to see that.
Yeah, dude, that one scene where freaking, because Scorpion dies, well, Hanzo dies in the beginning, and when he hears his like, there's a survivor in the village, and he was like crawling his way up.
Yeah,
dude, that was a good way. And then like after that was like Mortal Kombat. I think that's what it said on the screen.
Right.
Like,
and then the rest of it is like, oh, okay.
But that I feel like the
Fucking
beginning
cheesy.
is really good though. Like sets it up. Like, man, this could be tight. Not saying that like, not saying it wasn't good, but like if they kept that like that energy,
Yeah,
like the first like 10 minutes throughout the whole film, like damn, bro,
dude, that would have been sick.
that'd been awesome. But good movie. Dude, remember the robot? I think a lot of people will get a kick out of the guy.
arms?
What's his name? Yeah,
Yeah.
before they transform.
Jax, yeah. And Kano was taking the piss out of him with the jokes. What did he say about it?
I don't remember. He just had so many good one-liners. I feel like everything Kano said in that movie was just like,
yeah.
like
He was
the way
talking to the
down.
two cousins. He's like, "Oh, get down on your knees and suck my balls," or something.
Yeah, he's like, take turns.
Yeah, great,
Man.
great movie.
Yeah, I bet the actor had fun playing that character.
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Oh.
chill, probably.
He probably has like hours and hours like of extra things because a lot of them sound like improvised.
Yeah, like just say whatever you could think of, and like as long as he doesn't laugh when he says it, they can like cut away from everyone else.
Yeah, sometimes the cameraman like mess it up.
Yeah, like God damn it, get him out of here! Like
On freaking Good Will Hunting, that movie, freaking Robin Williams was making a joke in one scene, and freaking in the final cut, you could hear the cameraman laughing, and the camera's like shaking a little bit
oh my God.
because he improvised that story, and so they wanted to keep the story, but like the camera fucked it up for a second, but they had to keep it because.
Dude, you
it's-
can't have him redo it like that. It wouldn't be the same.
No, because like they talked about it like kind of behind the scenes, and they just caught it all, and freaking Matt Damon was just like cracking up.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Until that's right, and then that's what they kept in the final, so it wouldn't be as authentic if he did it again.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a cool fact.
Yeah, you could hear it. Yeah, fun fact: if you guys want to go watch that movie,
So that's like my favorite
look up.
movie. Like I watch it 3 times a week. Like
when I'm feeling down, I just watch him. Like, all right, keep on going.
that's my goals right there,
I want to be Robin Williams.
bro. And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Oh my God.
It's crazy how young they look
Oh, I know,
as compared
dude.
to like right now.
For real,
Damn.
dude. Like, just imagine where little Josh is gonna be like 20 years from now.
It'd be like, yep. He like spills. He's like, yeah, I was a mastermind. Like when
I was
8 years
actually
old.
60 back then. Now, dude, do
I'm
you think that
60.
Joshes could take any of the Mortal Kombat people?
I'm trying to think of who was like who do you think you could take
In Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Bro.
I feel like you could take the main guy.
The main guy. Yeah. If he didn't have his armor, I could probably take him.
Yeah, dude,
That armor's pretty
so
sick.
I think the Joshes could take that guy.
Yeah, probably. They could peel it. They could peel his armor off. I think little Josh's tiny little hands can get inside the armor and rip it off. Like, yeah, little fingers in there.
Freaking
Yeah.
little Josh. That was funny, dude. I thought they really took it there. Like it was just a meme like a week ago.
Oh yeah.
And
Dude, it's
then-
been out for a while. Like they set it up years ago. Like this
Really?
this meetup, yeah. Like I
I
remember
didn't know
seeing the
that.
memes like years ago. Like oh, in this latitude, this longitude, like in 3 years. Like I forget the
Oh
exact
damn!
date.
So he
Yeah.
did set it up like like in the message, the original message. He said 3 years from or whatever.
Yeah, he set a date in the future, like April whatever, like 2021. It was like 2018 when they started it, right? And then they just made it more viral and viral as it got closer, and then all the Joshes heard about it, dude.
Oh wow! Dang, the little Josh wasn't even born yet when it got set up, dude. He was
Nah,
like the
dude.
chosen one.
He was
He's a
born on the day the message went out, and they were like, and a light shined down on where he was born, and they're like, "This is the Josh that's gonna win." And
This is like a Mortal Kombat story.
dude,
right
he's
here.
gonna fight for our realm. That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Dang.
My money's down on little Josh.
You should submit that to the studio so they can make a new character.
Yeah,
Like,
I should actually.
and that's what his name will be, like Scorpion or Sub-Zero. His name's Little Josh.
Little Josh, yeah.
He's all huge.
Dude, he probably has like a superpower where he can get into really tight places.
Oh.
Yeah, like they still call him Little Josh because he can get somewhere very little, and then expand himself, kind of like Ant-Man,
Okay. But just Josh.
but just Josh.
He brings his own flavor to.
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at comic books.
Yeah.
And there's a freaking in the DC universe. There's a superhero called Plastic Man.
Ooh.
And I was like, man, that's so whack. But then, like, I saw him in the comic, like, oh man, like his power is so useful. Like he can stretch himself.
It's like the Fantastic Four dude, right? Like the
Yeah. And like his power is pretty sick. So I was like, oh man, I feel like you could make anything cool if you wanted to. I feel like.
What's his do you know his actual name, like the character's regular name, or?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Why did you
'Cause
think?
I've watched the like Flash series on Netflix or whatever, and they do have a plasticky dude in there,
Oh really?
and I think it's
Is
the
he a
same
good guy?
He's a good guy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I liked his character too. He was like very like in the comic book. He was like very like snarky and really funny.
Yeah,
Like,
it's probably the same one. Super useful power though, like as you were saying.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, man, Plastic Man, and then by the end, I was like, oh damn, Plastic Man. I gotta tell people about this guy.
Like that anime, what is it, Chainsaw Head Man? Or
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to check it out.
Oh, is it out already?
I don't know, but I've heard stuff online about it, so I haven't really seen any previews or trailers or anything. But
Right, and like, I would watch it now, but I feel like me of years past, if they saw like freaking Chainsaw Man, like it's just like
bro, I'm not watching that.
like that looks so dumb. But as I've learned, like some things that look like they would be lame would be like they turn out to be kind of cool. So don't knock it
Yeah,
until
like
you
me.
try it. Did you say like me?
Yeah.
Perfect example.
uh,
That
I'm
was a
kidding.
good
I'm yeah.
one. Bro, you're super cool, dog.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Not as cool as me, but man, you're getting there. Don't worry.
What's the next topic?
We'll talk. We'll talk. So what would you rate it? So just to end on our movie review, what would you rate out of 10? And you can use like decimals.
Decimals. Ooh, how many figures can I go? How many sig figs?
2 sig figs.
Is that before or after multiplication? I'll just stick to 2 after.
Dude, I would suck at sig figs. Like when you go to freaking chemistry, like literally the first week they test you on sig figs. Like they give you a sheet.
Oh, for real? How many
then-
zeros are there?
And you never
3?
really use it that much.
I don't think I understand it even today. Like I got through
Me neither.
my bachelor's. I'm like guessing on sig figs. Like
And they made it such a big deal too. Well, at least like during the test, like no, wrong. It'd be so hard. Like
It
I feel
can
like the
be-
rules change too.
it can be a big deal for some things. Like if you don't get the sig figs right in your multiplication, but if you're just keeping like fractions the whole way, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like it's only if you have to use decimals to multiply by other.
I'm trying to find the application of sig figs, and the only thing I could think of are like tolerances. Like sometimes you have to have like this much tolerance, and you go by sig figs in that. Like
I think research applications too, where you're like trying to identify like work on a new technology or new idea that's not really well established, so you can't really check it against like a standard, right? Like you're making the standard, so it has to be accurate.
Right. So sig figs do matter, but
not for the movie score.
No.
not for the movie score. So I think I would rate it like a 7.43. 7.43.
Final score 7.43. Okay. Why'd you give it that score?
It just sounded like a good score to give.
No, I mean like why wasn't it like a 10 or what I mean?
Yeah. I just think like the fan service was good, but maybe they tried too hard to please all the fans, and so that took away from the authenticity of Mortal Kombat. But for perspective, I usually watch shows that I consider like fours and fives, so
really,
yeah, so this is like high for my standards, so I'm happy.
Like, yeah, I'm used to watching like really crappy shows.
Yeah, I just put them on and just
I don't know why you do that, dude. Like sometimes you'll do that with movies too, right? Like, oh, this movie looks so stupid, and you watch it.
So I'm curious, like why, like sometimes it's just funny, like sometimes they're so bad it's funny, right? And you would never get that experience if you're just like, it's a B movie, I don't really want to watch it, right? Like if you give it a chance, then you could find out sometimes it's pretty cool.
I want to become more open-minded when it comes to that, because I fall into the realm of like sometimes like, oh man, like I want to watch something good, but sometimes like you don't need to, just like you can make your own good time.
Sometimes the good ones are boring. Like I'll try to watch good ass movies, I'm like, damn, this is slow as hell. Like give me something that like blows up or has like a stupid joke or something.
Freaking watch The Master. That's like a movie that like,
bro, I don't even know what that is.
It's Joaquin Phoenix and that one comedian, not comedian, but he died recently, Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, Philip
Seymour Hoffman. He's in it. It's like a 3-hour long movie, and I don't even know what it's about, but like all like the snooty or just like film people, they're like, yeah, like The Masters, like it was brilliant. Oh my God. Like they get a boner for that movie.
Trash.
Yeah. You're like, nah, I want to watch Zombievers.
Shit, that's a good movie. I think I'm gonna start leaving like negative reviews on really good movies and be like, this was horrible, I fell asleep after like 10 minutes.
Titanic, just like trash. Nah, he could have stayed on that door.
For real.
Not realistic.
What about you? What did you think about Mortal Kombat?
First I would give it a score of 7. I think I would give it like a 7.0.
Flat 7.
7.1. Yeah. Like 6.9 or a 7.0, like in that realm.
Oh, okay.
But it was good. I had a good time. Even like some of the cheesy stuff, like that's what you go there for,
Yeah. You want to have fun. You're not like, it's Mortal Kombat. You're not like, oh, I'm here for the plot,
Exactly. A little more backstory would have been nice for us newbies that are like new to, not. Yeah, well, I would still consider myself new to the series because I only saw the games.
Yeah.
So a little like backstory would be nice, but nah, it was good. I would recommend it to people.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen a movie in a long time, it's a good one to start off with again.
Dude, it gets you amped. You're like, man, this is a great first movie.
I'm ready to fight the virus. Let's go. Bring it on, COVID.
We're gonna see a lot of Sub-Zeros on like Halloween, probably.
Oh yeah, probably an equal amount of Scorpions.
We should do a meetup. Like, okay, guys, on Halloween this day, all the Scorpions, all the Sub-Zeros.
What would you dress up as if you had to pick one?
Scorpion.
Of course. Dude, you're totally a Scorpion, dude.
You would pick Sub-Zero?
I would have picked Scorpion, but now that you pick Scorpion, I'm going to have to go with Sub-Zero.
You're going to be on the opposing side? All
Yeah.
right, bro. I'll see you there on Halloween.
Yeah, we'll just go to a cosplay, and I'll be Sub-Zero. Dude, the ice came out of his hands. That must have hurt, dude. I remember that. Like,
that was a detail that I really appreciated.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of real, right? It's so cold that it's going to, like, crack your skin.
Dude, that was pretty sick, actually. I was like, damn. And then
Yeah.
even the fireball, dude, his hands look kind of, like, crispy. So I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there was, like, a little singed on his...
Yeah, it almost looked like
fingers.
just like gasoline, too. Kind of, like, oily and, like something on
cool.
fire would have looked, you know?
See, those are the little details that, like, pick
For
it
real.
up. Like, that was tight.
That was good.
Yeah, so good movie. The one thing I did want to talk about was the trailers that leading up to the movie.
Oh, really?
Freaking, a lot of new stuff that's coming back.
Oh, that's right.
Are just like freaking, what is that? We saw a Fast and Furious 9
Yes.
trailer, and we saw a new Saw movie with Chris Rock, right?
Yes.
And then the other one that like irked me too was like Ghostbusters. They're rebooting that. This is their third reboot.
Yeah.
The angle they were going with was kind of cool though. It was like a little darker. Like it almost didn't even feel like Ghostbusters.
Right. I have seen another clip, and that one did feel more like Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay.
Like, did you see the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man in the original one with Bill Murray? And he's
Dude, I didn't see Ghostbusters growing up.
bro.
Not even the reboot. Maybe this one though.
I didn't see the reboot, but I saw the original one. And there's like a giant like marshmallow dude that walks through town, and they basically
Yeah.
So you've seen that clip, right?
Yeah. I know who the marshmallow guy is though.
So they recreated little marshmallow guys at a grocery store.
Oh,
And Paul, there's like a clip of Paul Rudd looking at it, and he's pushing his cart, and then he sees like the bag moving, and he looks, and there's like these like tiny little marshmallow dudes like running around and shit. So that definitely had the old school Ghostbusters vibe, but I can see how the rest of the movie seems more like a Stranger Things or something a little bit darker. Yeah, probably just the actor that's in it.
I wonder why they keep pushing Ghostbusters though, because so like old school Ghostbusters, and they rebooted it not too long ago
With the girls, right? It was like girls Busters.
Yeah, and I feel like if that did well, they would be putting more effort into Girls Busters or whatever it is. That's not what
it's not
called,
Ghostbusters.
No, I'm just gonna call it that so you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because the reboot is called Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
like, that's what it is. But yeah, so I feel like they're rebooting it again. Now they're doing it with kids. They're like, oh, maybe this will work. But
trying to get it to stick.
I feel like that's a kind of a lack of creativity. Like in Hollywood, I feel like a lot of things coming out are just like same old stuff.
Classic problem. That's why we have 9 Fast and Furious movies, and
they make fun of that, like in cartoons or whatever. They're like, oh, like Fast and Curious 11 or 15, and they put like these high numbers. But bro, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's happening. I wonder what like the longest movie, like continuous movie series is to go.
We're gonna probably see it. Like one of these movies is probably gonna break it.
There's probably Fast and the Furious already.
Yeah,
Star Wars is at 9, right? They may have more, but they weren't like continuous all the way.
Right, they just keep on going, even if like there's no source material. Like, oh, we'll just make something up.
They'll just make some shit up, yeah.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I didn't even realize that Star Wars is one too. They did it the best / worst, I think.
Yeah, well, even like the Marvel universe is huge. They have like there's 3 movies for like every group in Marvel. Like Spider-Man has 3, like Thor has 3, whatever. And then they just keep adding more characters, so it just, I mean, I think they do it well that they change the story enough and they have enough source material.
Dude,
but
think about this. Like even like we're seeing the trends now, but imagine go back like 50 years ago, like Batman. How many times have they rebooted Batman?
Yeah, exactly. Tons of times.
There's so many Batmans.
Yeah, they're bringing back an old Batman for the new Flash or Justice League movie, I think.
Oh, what do you mean?
Michael Keaton is playing Batman again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought freaking Ben Affleck was Batman.
He was? Or is the Flash movie different than Justice League? I thought it was the same.
So Flash is getting his own movie? Is that what you're saying?
No, I know he's in a movie, right? Was he in the Justice League?
He was, yeah. He didn't get his own movie, but he was in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the next showing of Flash is going to have Michael Keaton as Batman, and I think he's like going to go back in time or something for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing with Flash? I feel there's a lot of time travel with the Flash.
Yeah, because he's so fast, dude. He's like Sonic, like, gotta go fast.
He's like Sonic. There's a death battle on YouTube where it was like Flash versus Sonic.
Bro, I feel like Flash would win.
He did.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's too powerful. Sonic's cool, but Sonic also has other powers too. He can like go gold and like all this other stuff that I didn't even know he could do.
Dude, have you read the Sonic High School fanfic?
No.
No. All right.
Check it out.
Check it out sometime when you get a.
How about you just give me the Cliff Notes?
But
what? How did you come across this material? First of all,
I just stumbled upon it, man. I was just googling like Sonic. I was curious. What's Sonic?
You were Googling Sonic.
What's Sonic up to today? So.
Oh my god!
And I stumbled upon Sonic High School, and let's just say Sonic's been a bad boy in this fanfic. Yeah.
Who wrote this?
I don't know. And the English is not even great. Like, I don't think it's like a second language. I think they're trying to be like funny with it, kind of. But yeah, like let's just say Sonic is a pretty horny little
dude, just spill it, dude.
No, I can't.
Not gonna look.
I can't.
I don't want that on my search history, bro. So just tell me.
This is a respectable channel. I can't. But if you're curious, you should Google it. Yeah.
Can I ask? Who's it with? Who's he doing these nefarious deeds with?
I think it's just some
Please
girl.
don't say Tails.
Some girl he likes in high school.
Oh, okay, so it's a female character.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he wants to reach the sex. That's what they.
That's reach it.
Reach the sex. Yeah, that's what it says. Like it's horribly worded, but hilarious. And when I was on that one, like Amazon has like the suggested other things that you could, and so I got a suggested one for Tetris fanfic.
Oh my god, bro!
And that one was also interesting. I think it cut right to the chase with the Tetris one, and it was just talking about how the pieces are rubbing against each other and sliding into place, and it was very sensual. But
how's it worded? Like, is it by the block's point of view, or is it like a narrator doing?
It's like a narrator.
Oh, okay.
Like an omniscient, like third party. Like
just some guy watching.
But it somehow knew like everything the blocks are feeling. So I don't know.
He just knows. So, but they're just blocks, so the blocks don't talk?
No, they don't.
Okay.
It's all just sensual, like.
Then that means, like, he's just making it sensual, right? Because the blocks don't even talk, so you don't know what they're thinking.
But he knows, somehow, like, he knows what's inside.
Dude. And then someone's, like, just watching him.
Like, I want to know who writes this stuff. Like, where do they, I don't know.
Are they okay?
Yeah. Like, I don't even read like the whole thing. I'm like, this is weird. I'll bring it up, but I'm not gonna continue with like page 3 right now.
Yeah, right. You're like, I gotta figure out how it ends.
I definitely didn't bookmark any of those fanfics that I saw.
Are you being sarcastic, bro?
No.
No.
Have you ever read any?
No, dude. I know it's like a big ass community, but I have not set foot in it.
Yeah, right.
I have not.
I asked you yesterday. You're like, which ones? Like,
I was playing with you, dog.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, dude. You know me. If I would have read, if I read that fanfic that you read, I would have spilled the beans. I wouldn't have held back. I would have told you what was going on.
I don't know. I think if you read it first, then you may change your idea.
Come back tomorrow, like, yeah, good thing I didn't read that.
Yeah.
But no, I have not. But I agree. Oh wait.
See.
I didn't read it myself, but I saw like Conan O'Brien like reading some weird fanfic like of
Dude,
himself.
it's popular now. I saw this other streamer is like reading a fanfic on their podcast and like just like dissecting the words and everything, and they get a lot of views on that shit.
Whoa.
It's like a new thing. It's like a reaction video, but to fanfics.
Some can get really weird. Does it have to be sexual?
No, it doesn't.
Common denominator. Oh, okay.
No, I don't know how I accidentally found that somehow, but there are some that are not sexual.
Sure, bro.
No, someone shared it with me. That's how I found it. Like,
I don't know how I got across that specific piece of information.
yeah, there are many that are not sexual. They're just like, like, I don't know, like some character that was a minor character in a book or something that they kind of play out their life or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy. It could be whatever.
Right, exactly.
That's cool. You know what I do? It's not like fanfic, but I like when like sometimes like animes or like TV shows, they have alternate endings. So it's kind of like what if scenario. So I guess that's kind of the same realm of fanfic, because fanfic artists, I'm sure sometimes they play out like relationships or like scenarios that wouldn't have happened in the show, but like fans could see this happening, so they're like, oh, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I think a lot of Star Wars stories that we use today come from like fanfics. Like people would write them, and then eventually they get pulled into the canon, right? That's so they call it. And then after that, they'll make a movie out of it or something. But that's kind of, someone just wrote it like this is how it would have happened, I think. And then it becomes like an actual authentic, point of view for that story.
Imagine just to be some guy, just think of something like you wrote it because you like the series that much and you want to like be a part of it, and then it does like just gets tacked on to the lore. Yeah,
exactly. It's pretty cool that if you're like, you're that on point with the story that you're able to contribute to the actual lore of it.
Dude, probably you feel like George R. Martin or like George Lucas, when he's like making a movie, he goes into like the interwebs and kind of looks at that stuff.
Maybe he's like, I wonder what the people want, and then George R. Martin's probably like, I'm gonna do exactly the opposite of those. Like,
I feel like because they're just, if you got a group of passionate people and like they really like your stuff, and it's like it's reached like a wide audience, it's kind of hard to like not make a story that someone hasn't already thought about. Like
true,
like George R. Martin or like any person who's like making a movie, like when they're writing it, they're like, man, like they already figured me out. I saw it online. Like they came up with the ending. Like, or do I change my story, or should I just go ahead and do it because this is what I wrote?
Yeah, and there's definitely similarities between stories too. Sometimes, like, I mean, it could be the setting. It could be like what happens in it. But
yeah, I just thought right now, what if he like George R. R. Martin, he writes the end of Game of Thrones, right? He's like, oh, it's perfect, and then he just goes online. And then it's like getting popular. It's like, man, it better not end like this, or it's whack as hell. Like a lot of people like
he goes back, scribbles it, like redoes it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, guys, I'm gonna need another year or two.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other stories that have stayed fresh despite being like, super long running. Like Doctor Who's been around a very long time as well, but that's always managed to. I mean, it's basically the same character, but they always have different stories going on.
That's another long
one. Dude, like 80s, 70s or 80s it started, and it went on a break, and then it came back like late 2000s. Like,
yeah.
I
in community college, a lot of people were into Doctor Who, and I was like, I feel like it kind of blew up like around that time, like community
Mm.
college, high school time. Like it kind of blew up. Maybe that's when it came back.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a little bit after, I think, by the time we were in
okay.
community college. Yeah.
So it was like blowing up, and I tried watching it, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, the first season's weird, the first new one, but some of the ones after that are a little bit better. But yeah, it does take, I guess you have to come at it in a certain way in order to. You can't
And
expect too much.
And if you start the new ones, because what doctor are they on? They're on like a
like 13 now, probably 13 or 14 now.
yeah. There's been a lot of doctors, and only the new ones only like cover like four or something like that. So there was. Like,
Oh yeah, there was like 20 or something before that.
Yeah.
There was a bunch, and then the new ones like restarted, and then they've gone through so many of them.
Reboot, bro. Just like let's bring it back.
Do it again. Do it again. Fucking every 10 years you get another Batman or Spider-Man coming out.
Can we make other movies? I haven't seen a trailer for a movie that wasn't like
A reboot or something.
yeah, like a reboot, or just kind of like I don't know, not something like I'm bringing it back, like a Good Will Hunting like movie trailer, or like a movie that's drama or that looks good, that's like stands on its own.
I think they're out there. I just think they don't get as much attention as the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like for our demographic or whatever, like we're more getting catered towards like Mortal Kombat type movies, right? And even though the reboots, we still go to see them. Like that's true. They're still appealing. But I mean, there's plenty of movies out there by like Martin Scorsese or something that I haven't seen that are original stories. But it's just like I look at them like I don't know if I'd want to watch this.
The two ones that I am looking forward to there's three actually that look tight. One is by Lin-Manuel Miranda. He made Hamilton, like the musical.
Nice.
He's coming out with one that I think it's also a musical, but it looks pretty tight. It's centered around like New York. So that one's cool. Then M. Night Shyamalan is coming out with one where it's like an island. Did I tell you about this movie?
No.
It's
Maybe.
like, I forget how I saw this trailer, but anyway, it takes place on an island, and the longer you stay on the island, the older you get.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's like.
But like, isn't that living anywhere, or is it faster aging?
Yeah, like the time like there like speeds up. So like at the beginning of the trailer, there was like a little girl, and then like a couple days later, like she was a teenager, and then like they're just getting older. Like the people on there, like if you're already kind of old, like you're just gonna die.
You're fucked.
Yeah, so they're just trying to like get off this island.
So you don't want to put a nursing home there for
or do you? It's like,
bro,
speed it up.
Bro, your mom listens to this, dog.
Mr. Johnson, we're gonna take you to this island.
No, not there. See you tomorrow, Mom. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, that's the second one, and then there's another one called the Green Knight, I think it's called.
Oh, that sounds familiar. The Green.
I think I forget the Indian actor, but he's the main character. I don't remember what other movies it came out in, but it was pretty good. The trailer is very vague, but it looks like it's like medieval times, and it's like a knight just going on like quests and like fighting like monsters.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but it looks cool. I like the like medieval time era.
Oh yeah, me too. That shit is sick.
So that one should be sick. I liked it because the trailer didn't show a lot of the movie. It kept it very vague. You're like wondering like, what's this movie gonna be about? So that's what interests me, but not like freaking. Remember that trailer that shows everything?
Dude, the Fast and the Furious trailer showed everything. I feel like all the trailers we saw, Fast and the Furious, like it gave away all the biggest like cliffhangers and stuff. It's like, why do I even watch?
Sometimes.
Why do I even watch the movie after I've seen the trailer?
Yeah, I feel like even creating a trailer for your movie is kind of like it's an art form in itself, right? Like you're teetering the line, like showing too much and while at the same time like piquing their interest.
Right. Yeah, I think people sometimes err on the side where they want to keep the audience engaged with the trailer, so they just give away like everything important in the movie because I don't know, they want to make a big impact and then they figure people are going to forget by the time the movie comes out or something.
Yeah, unless they watch that shit.
Which might be true. Yeah. Every day, like Fast and Furious. I can't wait till it comes out.
Oh my God. I can't remember. Dang. This might be another good question. Maybe we'll bring it back next episode. Can you remember like a movie trailer that you saw that you're like, damn, like this, like I'm excited. Like you were like hyped up and you saw the movie trailer just like over and over again. Or have you ever done that before? Like you were so like amped for a movie that you're like, damn.
That I watched it over and over again?
Yeah. Like a movie you're super excited about. We'll put a bookmarker on that.
Yeah. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah. Also me too. But yeah, bro. Should we move on to
what we could have done better?
Yep. So this is the last segment of our podcast. It's called I Could Have Done That Better. Basically, we just tell a story that happened to us. Could have been yesterday, could have been years ago. And it's usually an embarrassing story or a funny story. And we tell it, and then we reflect at the end and talk about what we could have done that better if we could have done it again.
Yeah.
And on this one, we're actually having a joint story.
Yeah, shared experience that we had.
Dude, I'm glad you remembered this one. This one was really funny.
This was hilarious. So I think you should start it off because I wouldn't have been there unless I was.
Oh, true. Okay. So during one of my, this is UCI days, my last semester there, quarter, whatever. One of my professors, I guess I don't remember what his position was, but he founded this like VR gaming team. So that they make like VR and they create their own games for the system VR. And so he created this team, and then he invited like the class saying like, hey, if you want to come to this like event that we're having, try out our new game that we're like developing.
Yep.
And then we're like, oh, dang, like that sounds cool. I don't think anyone else went. I was the only one because I was like, man, I didn't have anything to do this weekend. Let's do it. And then so I told you like, hey, you want to go try out this game with me? And you're like, yeah.
And I think one of the main selling points of it is that it was for a bunch of people to play at the same time, whereas most VR, it's like one person has the goggles on and then everybody else is like watching that person play. But this one, there was like four people playing, and I think that was what they were trying to establish for their little team or company.
Yeah. And it looked really legit too, because even like the controllers in the headset like came from this ceiling.
Yeah.
And, like you had your own like little platform.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. You had like your own little space, and your wire was basically like a tether for your head, so you wouldn't go too far away from hit somebody else. You know.
We even saw something like that the mall that we were at yesterday, right?
Yeah,
had,
that's what made us remember it, is because I saw like a VR room and I was like, oh look, this looks like that place. I mean, that's why I pointed out, because it kind of looked like the place that we went to.
It did
back in UCI.
But so we get there, and it's a nice little spot. They even had like so much pizza. Remember, they had so much food there.
I love I love free food, so I was happy.
They had dessert too. I remember they had like cookies as well.
Hell yeah.
Video games and food. Yep, they brought it. But so the game that they were trying to test out, it was just one game, right? It was
an archery game.
Yeah. So how this archery game works, so you're an archer, and then you can shoot your arrow, and that's how you move. So if it would just teleport you wherever you shot it, or you could like shoot at a person, and that's basically how the game works. There's towers everywhere, so you can get like vantage points. It's pretty cool. And you can even like peek, right? You had like some kind of movement.
Oh yeah, based on how you moved your body, it would detect like where you're standing. Like you couldn't use it to move locations, but you could definitely dodge incoming arrows and stuff. And then you would just switch between like shooting someone or like hitting something to go to that position and to be teleported over there. So that's your new vantage point. Yeah,
it was simple, but it was pretty fun, and they were creative with what they had.
Yeah, and it was really easy to get into it too, because you're immersed, you're trying to dodge stuff, so you're you're bobbing and weaving. Like, it gets your heart rate going for sure, dude.
Yeah, dude. And I would always forget like to like move. I was like, oh, I can move, I can dodge. So basically I'm just like big ass target.
And another thing about the game is everybody was mic'd up together. So there was like 4 people playing this archery game, and everybody had their VR headsets on. Everybody had like their headphones in the VR with a mic, so you could hear what everybody else was saying, or like whatever noises they were making, basically.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And okay, so I'm kidding. I was just so immersed. I'm like, what happened next? So we play a couple rounds. So I think we played one round, like me and you, we were playing just to get like the hang of it. And then no one else wanted to play it. It was like empty for like a minute. And then there was 2 spots. It was like, oh, well, do you want to play again? And then my professor, he has a friend there. I guess he's like an investor of his, like he invested in his company. And so he came down, big guy. I remember he had like rings or something. He kind of looked like an Italian boss.
Bro, he was wearing like all white, like a white suit with like these like golden shades, and he came in with like a girl that was definitely a little bit younger than him, I think. And like, I don't know, you could tell that he has money, dude, right?
He's businessman,
but he doesn't really take care of himself as like in the fitness department, I would say.
Doesn't need to, bro.
Not with money like that, right?
Yeah, the guy was stacked, but he tells I think it was my professor who was saying like, hey, do you want to play? He was really like trying to like get him to play. He's like, oh no, we should play. Like, check out what you're investing your money into. And he caves. He's like, okay, I'll play. And then so he takes the 3rd spot. So that's me and Trevor, and then he takes the 3rd spot, and then there's some random dude on the 4th one. And so it took us a while to get used to it, but this is this guy's first time, and he's older too, so not the best with technology. So they had to like strap him up. Like I think 2 people were helping him like work it and strap him up, but he eventually gets there. And then so we're playing the game, and so like Trevor said, you could hear everything. Like anything you say is just broadcasted for the whole room to hear. And so this guy, he's out of shape. He's not in the best shape. And while he's like playing, I hear him first, and he just like, I'm gonna do it in the mic. Yeah, do it in the mic. He was like a freaking bear or something.
I was like, bro. He's mic'd up so it's loud as hell. And like I don't even think I was the first one to say something. I was just trying not to laugh. But then the fourth guy in there is like, yo, who the hell's making that noise? Who's making that noise, yo? And then God. The guy doesn't realize it. He's just like, like trying not to die, right? Like,
and you could see his avatar. Like he's not even doing anything.
He's just
like,
crouched there. And then like the 4th guy's like, bro, who's fucking breathing like that, right?
And I think that's when I lost it, because when he brought it to my attention, then I was like really listening, and it was super noticeable.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I started laughing, and I was trying not to laugh, but I couldn't. And then when I started laughing, then you started cracking up.
Yeah. And then he could hear, not only could we hear him breathing, but he could hear everybody laughing at his ass for breathing.
Oh my God. And he could totally tell it's us too, like who are like the loudest laughing. Because at one point, I wasn't even like trying to hide it. I was laughing because this guy sounded like he couldn't breathe, and I could just imagine him like being all sweaty, like wherever he's standing.
Dude, he was sweaty.
Yeah. And then when when we finished the game and he finally like caught his breath, he came up to me and you, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I think he had an accent too. He's like, oh, you guys, why you bully me? Like,
why are you so mean or something?
Yeah. He's like, why are you so mean? Why you bully me? Why you do that? But he was like half kidding, and we are like, oh man, like you're just so, I don't even know
Dude, what do you
I don't even remember what I said.
Dude, that shit's hilarious.
What do you even say? You're just like, bro, you're funny. You're a funny guy. And I think it was just that one game, and he was out.
He left. He was shamed.
Yeah.
He's like,
he left straight away.
It's like that. I don't know, the new meme where they have like a lion running away from the pack because he like lost the fight or something. It was like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, dude, he probably started working out like since then.
Nah. He probably just bought a private VR, like mute, or maybe he told him to add like a mic mute. He's like, "Yo, can I mute my mic next time?" So like,
he builds a soundproof room. Where he's like,
yeah, he just has a switch on it now. Like, I don't want them to hear me breathing, but I feel like I could have heard his ass breathing even without the mic. Like,
oh, dude, yeah,
he was
getting so
puffing,
loud
bro.
as the game progressed. He was
Yeah.
getting more and more loud.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It was really funny.
I wish I could go back and just observe that moment again.
Dude, we were clowning him like the whole ride. Like,
Yeah.
just thinking about it was like, it made me cry because you just had to be there. Like, it's only so funny when you tell the story, but if you were there,
It's pretty funny.
it was.
I guarantee it was hilarious.
We didn't get invited back for round 2.
No, we didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, but good times. We probably have more joint stories like that. We'll have to think.
Oh yeah, I think if we hang out again soon, then we'll be able to think about shit like that.
Definitely. Yeah, but good catch. We just happened to.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Those VR plays.
That was a good one.
All right. It probably wasn't even good. Like, people who are listening,
Shit was
like
stupid as hell. And
like, nah, that was a good one. Yeah. Let's do this again sometime.
Don't ever do that shit again.
And that's where we're gonna end this episode of Poke the Yolk podcast, episode 12. Damn.
Dude, we're past the Fast and Furious, man. They gotta catch up.
Oh, they will too. They're like, you know what?
No, they won't.
We should do this twice a year.
Nah, we're gonna beat them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, baby.
All
right, guys.
All right.
We'll talk to y'all next week.
See you next week. Peace.
Bye-bye.